Sunday. Yeah, chilling. What's going on, trolls? Whisper. Hi, Whisper. John, how's it going, June? Um, has that slightly dirty chalice notification always been here going? It's not dirty. You also have to know where it comes from. Hello, Alec. It's a Whisper. It's from Ace Attorney. One of the prosecutors. Every time he got mad, um, he would like put his leg up, say that with whatever he felt like saying that day. So he's like, "Oh, pray forgive the discourse of filling my hallowed chalice, while this simpleton blah 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 blah." So yeah, ever since that he started doing that, we were doing it too. Let me see if I can find one of uh the scenarios. So you could be like, "Huh." Let me see. Uh, yeah, I think I just found one. Make sure I'm actually right. Put this over here real quick while I showcase it. Uh, there, Whisper. But I stand accused of murder.
Zlig just subscribed. Everyone better stop fucking up my entrance with John.
Yeah, he would just keep doing that every random opportunity he had. So as you can see, it didn't matter where it was. But yeah. Hope everyone's doing good on this Sunday. It's been a while since we have played some 14. Let me actually log into set 14. I'll took that trail find on exactly. I've also just that, or I've had just randomly busy. But I'm hoping everyone's doing good. Everyone's enjoying their the Sunday. Everyone not being sick like I was. You know, it's my own fault. Then it just begun. Yeah, my Sunday I more or less began like 2 hours ago. Woke up, been like removing the toxins out of my body because I still gotta go to work tomorrow. That's right, time zones. Yeah, so you really just like woke up and you're like, oh my god, is that a stream? Also, Whisper, I keep lurking when you're playing Monster Hunter Stories because I have it and I'm like, I have to play it at some point, but I do lurk every once in a while. I'll be like, how's this game about? And I'm like, okay. Whisper's having fun. She's like going into like head to head with monsters. It's like, I'm like, okay. I got up like 30 minutes ago. Then I had to finagle my husband to get us fight off to. Oh no. Whisper was like, that, like, hey, Kyle, you see that? Yeah, get it out now. It wasn't yesterday. What day was it? Actually, no, it might have been yesterday in the morning, like more early afternoon for me. So morning would have been for you, but it'd been times at night too. Cause I got that pack that came out on the Switch, so I was like, I'll play these at one point. Oh, I have not turned on the bot. I'll play these at one point, but I know I've seen you play. I saw Stack play it a little bit, so I'm like, I know it's fun. It's Monster Hunter inspired. I'm like, it should be, apparently from what I've been told, easier than even Pokemon. So when I play them, I know I'm gonna have people to assist. Stack play stories too. Yeah, so I got that double pack. So we gonna be in there whenever I play them. The first one's much goofier. There you go. The bot's here. The first one much goofier. The second one's better, but they're both really fun. Got you. Yeah, I'm gonna be giving them a try, and I know at some point Cage is gonna play them too. So look at our boy Kyodai. Our friends, the very owl itself, for everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Oriangia will send word if there are any developments. After such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our powers to change. With that in mind, I will speak of a different matter, one closer to home. Be that case turned, I can imagine any game is too goofy, let's be real. I mean, Whisper, have you seen the stuff I stream here? Yeah. We've done Ace Attorney, we've done Aviary Attorney, we've done
I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
We've done all the Yakuza. We've done Devil May Cry. Yeah.
You know what? Everyone shut your mouth.
Consume me, I've got dyslexia.
Yeah. Concerns etheric fluctuation, which we have previously attributed to Good King Mogomog the 12th. That the king is no more of a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yeah, all is not well in the 12's wood. Our latest readings reveal ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Celia, I did not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ulda this time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It will seem as they expect us to afford them the same treatment we have gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Celia, you know full well we have the resource to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their sleep. What's going on, Mello? Kyou, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Okay. Kyoto's like, listen, I'm trying to find my way back to Kamurocho, and you're out here making me do all this nonsense. Yeah, how's it going, Mello? So I have 3 mail. What 3 mail do I have? Slept in, you're tired? Once I went to bed yesterday, I immediately knocked out. Hello, Judy. Is that D Judy? I mean, with a name similar to D Shabby, we would assume so. It's Judge Judy. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Science of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work the same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Old Out for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but they ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climb on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where, and then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. She's like, excuse me? And Philia's face is like, excuse me? No. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it's true that we accepted the Domin's petitions for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Oh shit, it's the kingpin of the Scions, Tataru. Tataru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from old my lady. Alphinaud has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. So I forgot to send, but we got 2 started decks for Peter Pan and Dalmatians and the Ducks and Moana. Ooh. My lady, we're not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attack without provocation, those responsible have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphinaud and quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Did you set this out in August? I'm collecting Dalmatians? Ooh. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we're discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphinaud is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Kyou. You have 99 of them in your deck? What about the last 2? Is there not a male person here? Okay, that's what I thought. What 3 things do I have? Huh? Day 53. Ah, shit. Okay, the pre-order stuff. Oh, the Chocoper. Yeah, but sea trolls, you gotta be careful because apparently sending playing cards to Spain it's an illegal item. Allegedly, you know, of course, allegedly. That's poker. Yeah, I figured that, but it was just kind of funny when I told Shabby, and we were like, I honestly feel that's why they were probably they took eons to actually let his package go. Hold on one second. I forgot to change something on my volume mixer. No, yeah, like I think, well, like the one I sent him was sealed on, and it was like, because they're it's weird because they're playing cards, but they were Final Fantasy. Like it was meant to be like the collection that came with the Uniqlo thing, and I was like, oh god, is it being held up by customs because of that? But we're never sure what it was.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
You know, Mom, have anything coming
Ul'dah
out?
is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest...
Yep, Ul'dah, the rich people country.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option.
I don't know. Like I said, that's that refugee top, Mellow.
Which is why they ordered the immortal flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
You know, now I think about it, I think that's like a summer top. I feel like
While more and more refugees,
if that's what I think it is, you can get it from the dude who gives you the old minions from like the achievement stuff. I think it was him. He gives you like a token you can get for that. If that's what I think it was.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all.
Once I go back to Mordona, we'll check it. I think that token, you take it to Mordona to get it.
And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the immortal flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
So I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tension within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Yeah, I saw there was one in my party the other day. I'm like, she looked really cute. I was like, okay. I wonder how everyone else is gonna start taking to them. If anything, I honestly feel like Kyou Kind of like how a lot of the Mikotes became male Vieras. I have a feeling like a lot of the Femrils may become the lion people. Because it's almost like when you're switching, is usually like a 1-to-1, like something that's similar to what you have already. That is not a good time. Private die. My hands are full dealing with refugees. Precisely the matter which we wish to discuss, General. Off and out, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest has spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remains throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They're damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason what we wouldn't know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the old citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the domains were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point in general is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion and... I know where it strolls. And now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Hideo, I don't got time for all this right now. General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel and with good cause. Were he to claim without the necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultanate have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Kyou. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries within the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Yes. I need to, like... having that jewelry over there. Yeah. Alright. Look as though you have something to say, Private Eye, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers will be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be well suited to his task at the regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activities in the vicinity of Lost Hope. May be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blaze posted there. Okay, you heard the man. The Blackbush Station. And now we have the... I love it. Where's my arc at? Wait. I think this is low. That's what it is. What brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you've come to the right place. I mean, those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. Where is this Zazawaka? Let's cave in. So the Wakai, come. Ah, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon? You're of the flames, but you're not with the flames? I see. If Leofric bid you to speak with me, then I take it you agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution, retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed? Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder of their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Oh god, he's seen a Pictomancer. Why don't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant and may God strike me down for my folly. What they will not give you, you must take, he said. When we asked how he revealed the cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running and then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter end. Oh gods, the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. The other refugees are hiding in the cave south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even dying to do the deed themselves. A pox and all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous and that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. And what I'll do is... I get one of my little music ones. You throw them in there like the arc. Okay. There, thing in here again? It must be low. It's not this way. There you go. 7 hells, they found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Ha, sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Please, you don't want this work. still come. We done? We learn? You beat him like it was nothing. The All Almighty, what are we gonna do now? You returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them taking a beam from you than a lot getting butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else could he be? Unless he went to Stone Throw to recruit others? The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to seize this mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. I will try to stop him. I like this little tilting thing on the when you're piloting things. Oh, I couldn't see it on the map. It's like down here. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Olda. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so that we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I don't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? Looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look over there. I think that's him. Well, now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You! He's getting away! Go get him, mister! Soka. You won't escape from me! You again? But why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. What are these words that you're saying? Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? Wow, I hit the button too fast. The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Olda? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Nani? For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a kick your arse about politics. It was business, only business. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh. I didn't say yes yet. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Hold the venture. I would know more about your relationship with the victim as well as the events leading up to his death. I'll tell you what happened. I didn't do shit. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it's obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Damn right I will. Okay. What news, Private Eye? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Private. He was silenced. Too many knew his face and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the result of your own investigation. Master Alphana has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste to speak with Bartholomew. I will do just that. We're almost getting close to the next trial. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
this information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Not Teleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill, a shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Our Teleji
Walks
would
a
never.
path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut?
Bahamut.
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
True.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
My thing is, weren't these 2 guys here? Who was listening in? Should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was a product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in the best interest to learn more of the military activities in disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited to this task. Private Dai, do take a moment to visit the Hall of Flames and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Begone, whelp. This is no place for children. Oh, is that the girl? I'm sorry. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? Haruka. So you visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first I must finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there? We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take it to the quicksand. Mayhap Momori will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an Aether-starred primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources on ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Kyou, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return the Revenant's toll with all due haste. The situation in the 12th Wood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Speaking of the devil. Shit's happening. I gotta go. The 12s would. Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go kill. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, I do inform the antecedent that while I'm grateful for her concern, she didn't fear for my safety. I'm more than capable of protecting myself. Okay. I'll say, let me see if I'm right with the with that attire. Am I being teleported there? Oh. Pretty sure I'm right. No. Maybe I'm wrong, because like there's the black summer top is for males. I can't show the female, but yeah, it looks like a little tube top thing, and then the trunks, and then they have like a little tanga for the females. Yeah, if it's that, then yeah, you need the Cascadia uniform voucher. Okay. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Kyou. The latest news from Molda was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphana suffered was to his ego. Doubtless, it will heal ere long. The other signs will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them now. Okay. Shtola, Ida, Thancred, Papalimo. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste.
I'm gonna take your tongue out and lick my ass with.
Bring that fat ass over here. I wanna get it in my mouth. I wanna get it in my mouth.
Hello, Cage. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then, I have received some disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramu. I'm sorry, may have. Then it's not certain. The Elder Seats here informed us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact needs not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if anywhere foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs of their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papalimo I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around their territory. They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Guardians came trampling through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folks were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Old Dao drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion and quickly quickened their effort to summoning their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does not afford us a unique opportunity. Kyou, though your dealings with the sylphs of little solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Rommel can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope we were such thing possible. We would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue the discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Rommel's presence. The Elder Seer has requested your personal involvement, Kyou. Pray report to Commander Halu at the Adder's Nest as soon as you're able. Why do I gotta go? Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experiences suggest that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Okay, this way. Okay, it's right there. Kyou of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may be better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. Jason bought the game and is installing. Let's go. Hey. Jason's like, I've been enjoying this Kyou gameplay. You gonna pay for a sub? The other signs have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes. Yes, you may. I'm late. I'm late. I'm sorry. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Wait. Did she just stop talking mid-talk? The exact whereabouts we may not know, we can safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Immortal will be amenable to treason that conflict may be avoided.
Blessed as you are with the power of the echo,
This character's on Siren.
you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
Somehow you made a stream. I said, it's on
You
Siren.
have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
I will have care. But we are in Siren. Where's Little Solace at? That's a way I can get there from Vidania. This way? Better be here. Yeah, it is here. Ding, 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 ding. Kyou of the Scions, I was told to expect you. I understand you got to treat with the Primal Ramu himself. An inevitable, an enviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location of where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until my return with their findings. Levin and impression. I was told that the messenger will be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow scions? It will be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please come with this one. Okay. We're gonna go find lightning one. Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, walking one. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ishtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papa Limo. My apologies, not like me to ramble, so. At any rate, I was saying I finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say that I've reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetherite. Come, Kyou, the Lord of Levin awaits.
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Nani?
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest.
Hello, Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. I'm Kyodai.
Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
Listen, I'm trying to find my way to Kamurocho.
Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just.
I don't think it is.
Guardian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Nani? This is your gym badge.
The crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
Oh, Trolls is your man.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Striking tree. Ooh, that instinct Kyou. Black Shroud, the striking tree. Hello, Jaxie. How are you today? Better, but you know. Sorry to hear that. Ow, hitting me with lightning. How are you? I'm doing good. My stomach's been angry at me for the last 2 days. So my family's just trying to get me to drink a lot when I haven't been drinking much since I've been on medication. And yeah, but we're doing better now. Ow. I mean, that's all my character keeps saying. Ow.
Por ahí viene Kendall Jenner de Wii.
There you go. Let's go. Hey, 2 combinations.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them.
Yes, Rama.
If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
Hey, I'm just like, damn. Hey, damn. GG's, I guess.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay. Back to Little Solace. Kyou, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms? It is well, then. You have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Verdani and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord Levin has accepted you as the Forest Champion of Peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Kyou. The Elder Seer must be informed of your deeds at once. The Elder Seer will wish to hear of your experience firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Farewell, Kyou. The south one. This took me the wrong way. I wanted to go to the northwest. I figured, I'm like, I don't think I came from like the north. The south, I mean. Okay, let me in. Welcome back, Honor Sign. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder CC awaits you within.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
Well, he was talking mad shit, so I had to put him down.
Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
Darkness is the heart's true essence.
It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
You're welcome.
Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
It's even more Gil.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Kyou? I'd hoped Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness in which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Kyou? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Alright, let me tell you guys what happened. Because you guys must be wanting to know how I beat Lord Ramuh. Welcome back, Kyou. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascians' immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to
Yeah, I don't
recall
know
what
anything
we
about
know
that.
of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way
We're just
of
about
all
reincarnation
mortal
this time.
souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Okay.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
So all the primals are just chilling in some place until it's like, oh, you've been summoned. Like, oh, shit.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Asians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Asians, thereby deny them resurrection.
Man, I didn't show. It just looks like he eats it.
Therein lieth the path to victory.
He's too powerful. I
Thou
mean,
art
it's
most
hot.
perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Asian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
Jason's flying through, making his character. Oh shit! Yes, Andrea is back. He was talking.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Meanwhile, back at Organization 13. The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin. All have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. That is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds wherever want to quicken in yours is fertile soil. We need only let men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. They're trying to summon Ansem. Guardian of the Overseer. We're almost done with 2.3. Now, the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest. There's something I will show you, Kyou. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Science's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogulmog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there's only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you've done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Kyou, and yours is that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Asians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no smart part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. In so doing, our list of enemies have ever been long, but I think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace who wish naught of conflict, of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Tomb, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Asians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming and antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alphanod, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. That and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. Ah, I have a message from you from Elle. You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Oh, good, they were alive. Why, Alphana, am I to understand you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Kyou, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wished to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Okay. Okay. Onward. To speak with this Yozan person. Yozan? Do I know you? Look, it's Mr. Kyou. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our own very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us someday today, Mr. Kyou? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals? With all this commotion then. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonet, did you know that Mr. Kyou is back? Is that our pal Hoary Boulder? Say it would seem. Welcome home, Kyou. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore, we are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Kyou if he could give us some special training. I think you already hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Kyou? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against the legend. Well, mayhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Kyou? Would you consent to spar with me? Oh, okay. Hurrah! We are to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Do try not to disappoint them. Hmm? Have faith, Coltonet. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The field to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. And so it's good of you to agree to this, Kyou. I trust you're ready to begin. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Ahem, Hori, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is Kyou you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round on Alden. Draw, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Science to begin with. Without Kyou to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear that the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, John. Why poor Cash? Hello. You haven't begun yet, have you? Ida? What? Who are all these people? Oh no, yeah, it's been a hot summer, John. When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find, though you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Kyou's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems to be a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. En garde, s'il vous plaît. Hey, that's power. The tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. This time I joined the fray. On your feet, Hori. Submit defeat. It was an honor and a privilege. Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Kyou is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings. Rah! Never had a face of strength, but the lesson must continue. Since your example I follow, surrendered not to be impeccable foe. Mir, if I was like, sit down, Hori. You have bested me. I yield. That was incredible. He beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Kyou. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Impressive as always, Kyou. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea, yes, that's the most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards the solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legata's simple-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to his fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. "'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, often infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants, in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be resolved by the science of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nation and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Okay. To the Rising Stones we shall go. Thank you for coming, Kyou. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be the one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Oh. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I will first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation according to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect the Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scions command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goal of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning grand company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Laminza. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Limsa. Let me get people from Limsa. You say so. Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blowfish. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchment, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many whom may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis no matter who should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they're willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you're satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Master Alphinaud's new organization? Yes, I have heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa Laminza must needs receive my full attention. Yeah. He said no. organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity, I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. I'm afraid this trial company of yours fails into the latter category. Damn. What's going on over here? There's one in every direction. Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodding knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carvelane's door. Damn, everyone's telling me no. A precursor to the United Origin Grand Company? Well, I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at Naldic and Villamise keeps me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. And everyone's like, no. Actually is over here. Ah, it's real. But if it ain't Kyou, and I'd not forget an adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Riol, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes? 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? Aye, it ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare ye these days? You're looking for to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Ha, sounds like a right lark it does. Alright, lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone in their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Airship landing. I think the elevator guy's here somewhere. Kyou, you're recruiting well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by rough and ready folk at Laminza. Ah. A member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest? Astonishing. And you enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents required in her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seer proves this smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall wait your arrival at Nafika's altar. Alright. To Gridania. So once again, we're going to the Conjurer's Guild. My audience with the Elder Seer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deemed the well of potential candidates has run dry, let's rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Okay. Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but his duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. So I'm going to talk to everyone who I guess I've had some kind of interaction with at some point. It's like, hey, yo, you trying to join? You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remains to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady have brought upon this land. Yeah, everyone who's had some kind of interaction with me, you're invited. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest our your tormented back gives up on you for good. Terribly sorry we were just Kyou, isn't it? It's been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbelt Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look at how far you've come. Mother Mayon tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome black wolf. And now you seek to stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here will be much more relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working toward. I shall join your company as soon as I've seen Isildar safely home. Oh, I got certificates. Mounts. What is? And wind up. I don't know. And medium. We'll do that for right now. We got this hand mount, and we got this. Nanamo. Okay, let's keep going. What's over here? Alright. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must be the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler, or a regular patron at Biscarin's. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Gao had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said about my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matter stands, the Wood Whalers will have not more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this. I promise you I am a changed man. And we have recruiting Laurentis too? That's crazy. I actually do remember him. Okay. One news, Kyou. For my part, the LCC here was most amenable to our requirement. From a wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike it into Ul'dah whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alright, to Ul'dah. Okay. Where will I be recruiting people? Oh, I have to first go to the Royal Promenade. It's up there. Don't think I ever actually made it to the right spot. Oh, I did this time. Let's go. There's Alphanon. Where will you have me recruit? Ul'dah, the guild is city where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending into the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are completed. Good hunting, Kyou. Okay, there's one there, and then we go around. Alright, well, Red. Wait, you're the man who came into the little amigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead. And a whole lot of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me to think about our homeland, about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd be manipulated and have vowed to make of myself a more worldly man, so here I am. New company of champions, and you say will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Okay, and then from here we're gonna go Miners Guild. Who's here? Orson. Oh, what happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Orson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thanking you for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. Was upsetting business, and here you are with your companion, Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force up for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Alright, she told me no. Right, there's someone right over here. I should think. The Weavers Guild. sorry you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady has already spoken for her. Good day to you, sir. And she told me, bug off. Alright, and then we go to the strip over there. And she... you'd be surprised when rumors drift down a Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Damn. Coming to look secure ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, and the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Alright. Now let's go back to the airship landing, but not the Alpha Nut here. How fared you, Kyou? What hidden gems did the streets of Olda offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamegan youth? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are somewhat thin. These troubled years following the calamity, talk of urgent salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hopes that inspired these people was born into no smart part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Kyou. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over. The documents signed and the finances secured. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of the contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers cannot sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubtless surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we shall earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone of a united Eorzea. Yeah, it's Phil. Phil from Phil and Lil, Oh. Oh. There's a lot of ships there. That's Nanamo.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
Ooh, she's mad.
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'Dan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
She's angry. John, help Nanama.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Nanama's like my favorite out of the three city people. It just sucks because like starting off in the game, Gridani was still the easiest one for me to navigate, so I kept playing there. But then when I got used to it, then I have my alt character just be from Ul'Da. Alright. That's not a journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our efforts at hand. I must see the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Kyou. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free up for other duties. Greetings, Kyou. Alphinaud tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scion shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphinaud to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived at Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slackborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him to see if there's aught he requires? What can I do for you, Kyou? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the Scions. Ha! I bet you noticed your recruits arrived. This was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slathborn, the shipment, we couldn't... Gods, woman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions and earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There's not to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then it's likely to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishkar will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortemps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Kyou, were you not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortemps? I'll be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishkar are far too important to risk half measures. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Hoshafront will be glad of your assistance. Just go for the north. This way. Here? No, it is inside there. Map's messing with me. Well, if it isn't my fine friend Kyou. Kyodai, would you care for a plate of roast caracal, some mulled wine? No? I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the time of your arrival is no coincidence.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortemps does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Tomb. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitegrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Hallone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
This way. Okay, this guy upstairs, right? Higher up. There he is. Kyou, is there aught you would ask of me? Pray speak plainly. I am a man of action and no honeyed words. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say, by the fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. Must confess then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their numbers. They strike swiftly without warning and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influences Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Perhaps you would care to question one of the recent victims. As fate will have it, your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Is he in here? Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly blackhearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Front when a sudden blow set me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armors, crystals. They were taking everything. 'Twas when that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that's where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Okay. Okay. God, draw your weapon foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You're come seeking heretics. Then we are share a common purpose. We're on patrol when we chance across one of their raiding parties. Pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. She is. You glimpse a woman atop the cliff? Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation, so it would be best we were to return to Whitebrim Front and lay our suspicion before Lord Druomont. Druomont usually... So yeah, he's up here. Kyou, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest, that they should be bested so handedly. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Harshaphant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. We're going this way.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak?
Yes.
Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Yeah. Okay. Back to Reverend's Toll, which... Right, the left one. I think it's like one more mission and we're done with 2.3. I think 2.4, well, obviously, like I said, the end of 2.5 or 5, was it 5 or 5.5? I think it was a 5.5. Yeah, the last part of 2.55 was like my favorite thing. But obviously, I like 2.4 because my favorite character was introduced there. But I'd be starting 2.4 probably the next stream of 14. Okay. Kyou, 'tis good to see you return to the Toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Cortus? Has Fort Tempest to send us the second shipment? I must send thanks to Lord Hashafant for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear we'll attract even greater numbers of those who will do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphanos, new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. I agree. Our brave new companions. While you were away in court, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stone to see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? No, she's not frantic. That is Tataru. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Ooh, I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Kyou, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They are scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphanaut if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. One of the signs will even have matching uniforms. Well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Okay, everyone's... Alright. Those who believe in this company will see no riches or short-sighted fool. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization hasn't made a name for itself, they shall be wealthy and plenty in selling replica costumes to these adoring masses. There's one by themselves over here. Oh no. Oh, it's the Rentis. Thought it best to meet my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Our new uniforms, I'm reminded of my induction to the Wood Whalers. Either, I don't know what we're doing over there, but I'm just looking too. Sidar has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and respectful spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forward. Ah yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. It'll be fine. Ergmus. The Scarlet Garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Limsa Lominsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm. I thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh ho, now this is a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Someone... Oh, they're up there. Ilbird. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilbird, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Ilbird. Oh, Ilbird. Real? Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was ye? I just given a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Little amigo could learn much from Revenant's Toll, that this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. Never worn out quite so voluminous, yet well, I'm sure it will grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. And the last person's over here. Kyodai, gods, didn't I expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. It's an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Right, all of them just got the uniform. Okay. Yes, Kyou. Tadaro mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forward through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there's much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name of the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Kyou. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Okay.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12.
Oh.
I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidel's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Okay. Oh, it's Hoshafat. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Oh. 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 What is going on here? Yours yet defended. All right. That's it for 2.3. Right? Yeah, because this mission now starts 2.4, which is longer than 2.3. But yeah, that one I will be starting the next stream that we do for 14. I am going to call it right there. I appreciate everyone for stopping by for more Kyodai. As I said, on Tuesday, we'll be starting Luigi's Mansion, so I hope to see you guys then. I appreciate you guys, as always. I'm going to go raid Mello, who's actually playing 14. So yeah, we're going to go show Mello some love. Yeah, see you guys on Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and enjoy your Monday. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye!